are live with Tom's instant reaction to the 2021 WWE Royal Rumble, and what an event it was. Let's just start off first off with I think this was the first event that I can recall that I really missed fans being there. You know, this pandemic started, at least in the wrestling world, with the first real event being affected was the WrestleMania event from last year. And WWE and AEW and other events, promotions, excuse me, has made do with what the circumstances were. And to WWE's credit, they have done an amazing job. So has AEW with canned noises, fan reactions. But tonight, the Royal Rumble really missed some of those genuine spots that were created through both the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches. Specifically, a couple in the men's where I was like, man, if fans were there, it would have been really cool. For example, when Edge and Christian embraced in the ring, thought that would have got a huge pop from the crowd. When Carlito came out, I thought that would have got a huge pop from the crowd. Not necessarily, standing ovation, but still, it would have been awesome. Christian making his surprise return before the hug, obviously. I thought that would have been really cool. And some of the legends in the women's match would have been really interesting to see how a crowd would have reacted to that as well. So yeah, this was the first one off the top of my head where I was really longing for a sold out crowd, or, the stadium seating packed to the rafters like they did last year at the baseball stadium. So that was my first instant reaction to the Royal Rumble match tonight. My second, though, is, and we'll get to the Rumble matches here in a second, but I wanted to focus in on what I thought was the match of the night, and that was Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns in that last man standing match. Thought it was incredible. Roman Reigns, since he's done this heel turn and is now champ, is just hitting home runs with everyone. Jey Uso killing it. And obviously this Kevin Owens feud is just impeccable. It is so good. If you listen to the Spanish announce table proper, I was honestly a little bit done with this feud. I thought that the last match should have been the last match, but man, I was wrong. I was completely wrong. This was a home run in a baseball stadium, no less. I thought Kevin Owens, first off, Kevin Owens, he just walks into an arena now and just goes like, what can I jump off of? Can I jump off of that? Can I jump off of that? And then he fucking does it. It's incredible. The risk he's been taking since this pandemic started, even going back to that WrestleMania match he had with Seth Rollins, jumping off the logo, going through the table with Seth Rollins, thought that was incredible. And then tonight, the forklift swanton bomb, getting thrown off the stage again from Roman Reigns, just insane. Obviously, this match will also be remembered for the golf cart spot. Now, if you follow us at Table Show on Twitter, you'll know that I preferred the AEW spot. Right? Golf cart spot. During a pandemic, they're going to have parallels. Now, I preferred the AEW spot just because it was a little bit funnier, right? You had Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy chasing down Sammy Guevara, and Sammy Guevara not knowing what to do. This one, though, tonight was more violent, right? It was sudden. It was like a real, bus hits the character in a movie type of feel. It almost had a little bit more of that violent feel that if you go back to the Attitude Era when Rikishi ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? Like that's the feel I got from tonight's spot more than what AEW was doing. Was more just like, isn't this crazy? Ha 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 ha. That was funny. Because obviously, the action continued after that. And also the action continued in this match as well. But those two guys, incredible. It really made me change my feeling about the match, wanting to see it and continue. Because like I said, I wasn't really into it going into the match. But then I honestly flipped and thought Kevin Owens should win this. Let's do a Kevin Owens title run. Why not? You got screwed over on the Raw brand, and Goldberg beat him in 5 seconds and all that stuff. Let's give him another title run. Let's do it. Now, after the match, I still think that Roman Reigns being champion is the best move for WrestleMania season. But let's give Kevin Owens his credit. Let's get him a title run soon. Maybe move him over to Raw, have Drew McIntyre lose it to The Miz or someone like that, and then have Kevin Owens take it off of the Miz. I think something like that would work. Right now, Roman Reigns in this character as champion is the best thing WWE has going, but a close second is this Kevin Owens baby face run. Think it is incredible what he's doing. I'm very interested also to know what he's going to do next, because he's doing so well as this sympathetic babyface, and he's had so many matches now with Roman Reigns that I feel if he continues it, it's going to get stale. But if he does anything less, I don't know where we're going to go. It doesn't feel like anything is worth his time if it's not the title. But now this is, a last man standing is typically the blow off. And then we part ways and the champion does this and the challenger goes and finds new things to do. So I don't know, but it was awesome. That was my impact move or match of the night, whatever you want to call it. If we had a sponsorship here, which, by the way, hit us up at tableshow@gmail.com, we would sponsor what the match of the night was. But that was the last man standing match, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Now let's just go over some of my general thoughts. I'm going to grab my phone here since it was a long event. Did take some notes. It started off with Goldberg and Drew McIntyre. Look, it was what it was. Goldberg gives you the same kind of match. It was great that first time around with Brock Lesnar in that 5-minute match for the World Championship. Now it's kind of standard protocol for what you're going to see from Goldberg. Didn't think it was bad, but I also didn't stand up and applaud. It was what it was. And Drew McIntyre, luckily, retained his championship, so everyone could exhale and breathe. We didn't have Goldberg going into WrestleMania as champion. So, right? We're all cool now, right? Drew McIntyre still champ. So let's see what happens next. After that, Carmella and Sasha. Why? I don't know. This was a SmackDown quality match on a pay-per-view, your big four. The storyline going into it, I still don't like either one of them. Now, Carmella, you're not supposed to like, right? So she's doing her part. Sasha Banks, though, that annoying ass laugh, the arrogance for doing nothing. Now, I know she's the champion, so she's doing something, but just this pat yourself on the back, ain't I the coolest thing? My shit doesn't stink. I'm over it. Go piss up a road. I'm not cheering for that. That is not my type of babyface. So that's what I think. But it happened, and Sasha Banks retained the championship, so credit to her. After that, we got into the Women's Royal Rumble match. Now, this was really good. First off, let me say it was great to see Naomi back. I also like the Naomi and Bianca Belair constant feud where they're trying to eliminate each other and out athletic each other, because I think they have parallels where they're obviously two of the most athletic wrestlers in the entire industry, male or female. So I liked how they kept trying to one up each other and then eliminate each other as well. It was pretty cool. I like that a lot. Billie Kay, her gimmick was funny. I like Billie Kay. I think the resume thing is fun. It gets her noticed in a sea of everyone's kind of the same character. So I didn't necessarily hate what she did tonight. It was really fun. It got you to, person 16 or entrant 16. So I thought what she did was really fun and good. And she got eliminated as she should. The Iconics had their little moment. The Riot Squad questioned her allegiance. It was fine. It was good. Thought it was fine. And we got to what was really the good, fun stuff. And that was Bianca Belair. Thought she looked amazing. Also love that promo. It was one of the better babyface promos after a win, especially in a Royal Rumble, that I can remember in recent memory. I can't think of honestly anything better than that during this whatever era. It's not attitude era or aggression era, whatever we're calling this, reality. I don't know. I keep doing air quotes because I'm trying to find it, but hashtag tweet the table and tell me what it is, because I can't think of it right now. But again, Bianca Belair deserved it. She's killing it. I thought her feud leading into the Rumble with Bailey was exactly what was needed for her. The EST gimmick, now I'm starting to buy into it. The fastest, the quickest, the best, all that stuff. Awesome. And her winning tonight, I think, will propel her to a good spot. What my hope is that she's the baby face. She challenges Sasha, and now this Sasha pat myself on the back because I'm the coolest bitch in the room can then be the heel that we love to hate. That's the Sasha Banks that I only enjoy, is the heel who she really is. And I feel like I've never met her, obviously, but what she presents, I want to boo. And so she needs to be a heel. And Bianca Belair is great. So I think that's where the switch needs to happen going into WrestleMania. As I mentioned, the last man standing match was incredible. And then we go into the men's match. Edge starting out was a real shock to me. I thought he was going to be in the 20s and get you that last jolt of energy of a big name star getting into the Rumble. It was really cool, though. Let's just foreshadow here. He won the Royal Rumble match, and I thought that was good. I think that'll be a fun way to go into WrestleMania, because I don't know where that leads. Does he go over to SmackDown and challenge Roman Reigns? Does he stay on Raw and challenge Drew McIntyre? I don't know. He could do either, and he could probably do either really well. The sympathetic babyface against head of the table, or you do rated R superstar against Drew McIntyre. I think both of those stories would work currently right now. So I'm a fan of Edge winning the Rumble. Couple spots, though, that I would change, because obviously I'm an asshole and that's what I like to do. I would have AJ Styles come out earlier. If you're going to do the almost saves him, I would have had him come in at 6 or 7 and then have almost not only eliminate Big E and Rey Mysterio, but have him eliminate the Jeff Hardys, the Eliases, the Dolph Zigglers. Those spots where they just got eliminated, I thought could have been used for the almost AJ Styles story that we're telling. But it was what it was. I thought that was really cool. Finally getting almost some physicality, beating up Big E towards the end. So let's see where that maybe leads to. Damian Priest, also another really great showing. Friend of the show as Punishment Martinez. He was on back in the day. So always happy to see him doing well in WWE, and he did really well in this match. Also, the other thing I would change, going back to my criticisms, Seth Rollins should have been a babyface. We're all, yay, Seth Rollins, the IWC that is yay, Seth Rollins is a new dad. Him and Becky Lynch must be great parents. This is going to be so much fun. Da, 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 da. But then he comes back with the same heel Messiah gimmick, which is awesome. I do like it. But right now, SmackDown needs a true number one babyface. Kevin Owens is that currently, but with his current losses to Roman Reigns, someone else needs to take that. Now, again, Edge could jump over and fill that spot, but with what's on the roster, I thought Seth Rollins coming back, burn it down. You could have still had him eliminated the same way. Obviously, he wouldn't have paired with Braun Strowman, but you could have still had him get thrown out by Edge, because that's still not a bad loss, or a bad elimination, getting eliminated by the eventual winner. But Seth Rollins should have came back as the burn it down babyface for SmackDown. He's going to take on heels such as Roman Reigns. I don't know if we necessarily needed to go right into a Shield. Remember, hey, we're the Shield, as I said on the Spanish announce table proper. But that was my one thing where I was like, damn it, man, this was a second mistake where, if you remember back, he came back from injury, taking out Roman Reigns, but he was still the heel, and we wanted him to be a babyface. And so everyone kind of was 50-50 on it. So I thought that was a missed opportunity tonight. Obviously, we'll see what happens on Friday night on SmackDown. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong in the past. It doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. But yeah, the Royal Rumble 2021, thought it really suffered because of fans, but that's no one's fault. Obviously, safety protocols, and it's a god freaking pandemic. We shouldn't be having people in live events, my opinion. So it is what it is, but I thought it really suffered because of no fans. And that last man standing match was incredible. Thought that was the moment of the night, match of the night, whatever you want to say. Really happy to see Bianca Belair and Edge win the Royal Rumble matches, and we can all exhale, as I said, because Drew McIntyre is still champ, even though he may not be the champ we want. It's not Goldberg, so ding. But hey, guys, I'm going to wrap up here as we come up on 15 minutes. Thank you so much for getting this far with me. Appreciate it as I start to jumble my words, because I'm a little tired. And as always, check us out at SpanishAnnounceTable.net. Also, Twitter at Table Show. I'd like to live tweet during the big pay-per-views and obviously Wednesday night AEW Dynamite. So join in on the conversation there. And then longtime listeners. And if you're a new listener, if you're on Twitter, hashtag tweet the table. And I'm going to wrap this up. Obviously, it's not as smooth as our good friend Justin Summers over there at Wrestling Cheers, which check him out as well. But again, thank you guys so much for the time. And on the next instant reaction, we'll see what happens.